Who does the settlement really benefit? Well, so I actually brought this statement over because I knew this was going to come up. So here's the statement from the president of the National Association of Realtors. From the start of this litigation, we knew we had a profound obligation to reach a resolution that's best for not just the National Association of Realtors, but for our members and our industry. Okay, so that tells you where the NAR was. I don't hear the public in that at all. The attorneys just made a freaking fortune if this actually goes through. The math, and I did a couple different ways of math like, a couple weeks ago, and I think last week I even put it on there. But the very bold math on this is, and this is also, look, I've seen stuff in the news. Oh, everybody that sold a house since 1996 is going to get a significant amount. What are you, crazy? The news is so full of it anymore. Everybody's just looking for clicks, right? First off, who has that kind of money? B, who knows how badly each one, whatever. But if you just take the loose number of 2 years, it's and you take the anywhere from $80 to $160 million in legal compensation out of the $416 million number. Mathematically divided, the best number that anybody online could come up with is somewhere between $6 and $10 per person. That's not how class action works. There's going to be a couple people that are going to get a couple $1,000s, and then it's my understanding, it's a sliding scale depending on when you signed up or something like that. But so the math on it, who does it benefit? Well, NAR, National Association of Realtors, just said it benefits National Association of Realtors. Members like me, which I don't know. I don't know how it's going to benefit me. It's going to cost me money in the end. So it got NAR out of trouble. It got not all brokers, but a lot of brokers, because this settlement, by the way, it's such a broad thing that, first off, I don't know anybody that's actually been asked to opt into the settlement, but it also frees up, millions of members of NAR and stuff like that, and we're supposedly out of the way of harm and all this, which I think is BS. Like I said, if I do something that you need to sue me, you should be able to sue me. But now you can't even. All right. But in the long term, it benefits, in my mind, NAR and the lawyers. I don't know who else it benefits, unless that $10 is going to make a real effect in your life. Let's see. The settlement will result in significant restitution of real estate consumers that were harmed in recent years. Yeah, no, exactly. It's about $10 a person. Same question. The settlement will help buyers because they do not have to pay for representation either. True or false? That goes right into the other question. Buyers have never had to pay for buyer representation any more than sellers have had to pay for seller representation. You can for sale by owner of your house, and you can for buy by owner of your house. It really just comes down to competency and what you want. Now, I guess the only way I can equivocate it is this. I haven't opened the hood of one of my cars in probably 15 years because, I don't know what's going on in there. If I felt competent to do my own oil changes and change my own filters and spark plugs and all that stuff, would I do it? Yeah, if I felt competent to do it. I used to do it when I was younger, like on my little Chevy Nova. But that was pretty common. I could get a Chilton's book out and I could do a lot of stuff. I screwed it up a couple times too, but now I know I'm not competent. I don't think I could change the spark. I don't even know what the freaking spark plugs are. I really wouldn't be able to tell you if I even got spark plugs in my current car. I'm assuming I do, but I don't know. So that's the way it is to me. Do you feel confident you can do it yourself? Then go ahead. Again, I feel like and buyers do not have to pay for representation either. No, yeah, somebody's going to pay. Who's going to end up paying? In the end, the seller's going to pay. You know why? Because if the buyer pays, that comes out of their, and again, like I said before, it's exponential. If it comes out of the buyer's budget, then they're not going to be able to afford X. But if you take, every $1,000 you take out of that buyer's upfront budget, so now they have to pay commission, even if it's $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, I don't care how much it is, right? That lowers their purchasing ability exponentially. So the seller's still going to pay. Saving the question. The settlement will help buyers because they do not have to pay for representation either. No, but in many cases now they're going to have to pay for representation because, and there's already, like I said, realtors going out there and saying, oh, you don't have to compensate buyer's agents, you shouldn't do it. but you need to pay me 4% because now you're not paying 5%. I swear to God, they're doing it. They don't give a shit. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and it drives me crazy. But again, the reality is that there's a fine line between what you should pay for either side, right? It depends on, a lot of it depends on the result. A lot of it depends on competency of the realtor you're using. You know, a lot of people have a very, very frail understanding of the costs involved in being a successful realtor. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, that's the only questions I've got for this segment. I'm sure Chala's going to chop this up into a bunch of little bits again. I'm sure there's plenty of more questions. Again, if you have questions that I didn't answer, put them up here, throw them out. I don't know which you're watching this on. Those are just two cameras, but if you're on Instagram, Facebook, Christ, we're on TikTok, which I don't even know what TikTok is, so, but I'm on, because just in case. YouTube, whatever, send us in the questions. I mean, I'll answer them the best I can, or I'll tell you I don't have an answer. You know, it's going to be a very interesting ride here for the next year or two. You know, and like I said, there's going to be some changes, and there should be. Like, there's a lot of changes that should happen in real estate. Do I think that this lawsuit is really? No. I think there's a lot of other stuff that's more important. But that's, again, me. That's not NAR or anybody else. But it's going to make it interesting. And the conversation is there now, right? So there's some conversations that are going to come up that are going to be interesting. Again, I don't, in my mind, it's not going to affect, well, I mean, it will. Like I said, I'll probably get more business out of it because a lot of realtors are going to leave in the industry. One of the biggest issues that we have in the real estate industry, from my perspective as a business person, is we have way too many realtors. And that was great. Again, you know, I don't blame anybody for trying to make money. A lot of people got into this business in the COVID years when it was. I mean, it was crazy. There was so many transactions and stuff, and you know, like I referenced it as free cheese one time, and a lot of people kind of thought that was pretty apropos. So I'll go, yeah, back in the free cheese days. And now that the free cheese days are over and you actually have to work very hard and know what you're doing, yeah, I think that's fine. I think we could lose probably half the realtors. Anyways, that's it. We'll talk to you next time. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to Living in South Florida Does Not Suck. Please do subscribe with the notification bell on. If you liked today's guest, you can also get more information about them right here. Like magic, it will appear. Anyways, we love having you here. We love having your friends here. Shout it out from the rooftops. Like us on Facebook. Share it with your friends. We'll see you soon here in beautiful, sunny South Florida.